These my dollars make it hurt. 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 my dance, make it hurt. Please my dance, make it hurt. Please my dance, make it hurt. Please my dance, make it hurt.
It is Juan Diego and Judge Memorial High School, a rivalry night on ESPN The Fan. I'm Jordan Bianucci alongside my partner, Zach Robinson. And Zach, we're taking a look at this matchup. It's going to be a good one. You see on the streaming side, the weather 81 degrees, a little breezy at kickoff as they have the coin toss out there. But I wanted to ask you, a lot of new faces on this Judge team. What do you see from them tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of running, not a lot of passing. 16 seniors graduated last year. You got 10 returning seniors this year, so they're some familiar with the playbook. But the offense operates out of the gun with a one-back set most of the time. So we'll see a lot of handoff with that one back. Lots of running. Like I said, keep an eye on Ben Beaudry. Plays the running back position. It's going to be doing whatever he can on that backfield side.
On the Juan Diego side, you take a look. Head coach Danny Larson leads the Soaring Eagle, entering his second season. Went 6-6 last year, lost to Richfield in the quarterfinals. This is their first year at 4A, so they're playing a bunch of new teams. Judge, not one of them. This is a familiar squad. On the other side, it is the head coach for the Bulldogs, Jeff Kafusi, University of Utah graduate. He was an assistant for 20 years, including the last 8 at Alta. Last year, his first year as well. He lost 60-12 in the 2A quarterfinals, looking to bounce back this year. Judge 0-2, Juan Diego 0-2. So both of these teams hungry and looking for a win tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, Judge has not been able to score the ball once this season, and I'm sure that they're itching, Jordan, to score on that scoreboard, get a touchdown, a field goal, some sort of points on that scoreboard tonight.
And look, you played ball in high school. Is that a mental thing going into this game that kind of hangs over you?
Yeah, I would say so. And like what my coach back when I played in high school was saying, like, it's a new week, you're 0-0, you're not 0-1, you're not 0-2, you're not 1-0, you're not 1-1. You're always starting the week 0-0. So that's the goal too, is going back to that fundamental mindset of like, all right, this is what I got to do. This is my job. This is my job as a quarterback. This is my job as a receiver. Catch the ball, run the ball. Just going back to those fundamentals for Judge.
Well, Judge will receive the kickoff to start the game here in just a moment as we get prepared here from Draper, Utah. A really fun matchup between these two Catholic high schools in the state of Utah. Of course, Judge Memorial up in Salt Lake City. They are in the 2A North, and Juan Diego in Region 10. They were actually picked 5th in Region 10 this season in the preseason coaches poll, in a region of new faces for them, including, you heard the interview with the head coach, Danny Larson, before the game. He mentioned, yeah, we get to play Jordan High School, who's just a stone's throw away from here to the north, as Judge was picked right in the middle of that region. And I think you're right, Zach. Juan Diego, they're anxious to get the ball, but they're going to kick off to begin this thing. Meanwhile, look, Judge has not scored any points this season. They're anxious to score as well. Yeah. Both these teams raring to get out there.
Yeah, I mean, Juan Diego is always having that two-back set on the offense. So it's going to be interesting to see if they throw the ball. We heard the coach earlier saying they're not afraid to throw the ball. If they have the receivers, they have the right quarterback in, they will throw the ball. So there's always that chance. But as we get ready for kickoff, I think it's going to be an interesting run game between the two teams.
It will. And look, we'll see who the starting quarterback is for Judge, because Luca Crosswhite was listed as their starter. But as far as we saw during warm-ups, it was all Elijah Flores taking the reps out there. So it'll be interesting right away to see who the Bulldogs put out there.
I definitely agree with you on that as well. And I definitely want to see Whitewater get out there and see what he can do.
Ben Beaudry back to receive along with Kiri Lark. The kick is away into the end zone for a touchback. So the Bulldog offense will begin things at the 20-yard line. Yeah, 2 big losses to begin the year for the Bulldogs. 49-0 against Union, and then Ogden beat them 52-0. As the offense trots onto the field, and it will be Elijah Flores, the sophomore, 6 feet, 155 pounds in the shotgun. It's Beaudry on his left hip. 2 wide receivers split to the left. Juan Diego wanted an offensive start, no call. Play clock at 1, though. And now play clock was not reset. It's at 0, no call. A lot of confusion here. Now we get whistles. and it's going to be a delay of game. So an inauspicious start, Zach, for this Bulldog offense that has struggled this year.
Yeah, this is what I noticed when I was watching some of the highlights of Judge, is that they will line up, clap, clap. You'll see it in college football. You'll see it in high school football as well. They'll clap, look up at the coach, make sure they're good, and then they'll make sure the plays run right.
So here we go. 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15 at the 15. Shotgun snap, give it to Beaudry, and the ball's on the ground. Fumble. Who's got it?
Judge, who's got it?
Judge looks like they fell back on it. So just a horrendous start so far for the Bulldogs. A delay of game and now a fumble. Luckily, they fall back on it. But now you're looking at 2nd and about 19 or so. Ball at the 10-yard line.
Ball brings up 9 from the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Jordan, that's just fundamentals, key. Football 101. Make sure that ball is secure when you get that handoff from the quarterback. Always not the greatest thing you want to see on the first snap of the game.
Just underway. Juan Diego and Judge Memorial from Draper. Shotgun snap. Flores gives it to the back, cuts it back inside. Will be turning those legs up past the 15 and taken down near the 18-yard line.
That's a great power one by Beaudry. Just put your head down, shoulders front, try to power through some of those big D linemen for Juan Diego.
Hey, get back somewhere near the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and 11. And we'll see if the Bulldogs throw the ball here deep in their own territory. Juan Diego returned to just 4 starters on defense this year. A lot of new faces on both of these teams. Zach, as you mentioned, 2 wide receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun snap coming to Flores. Flaps his hands, back to pass on 3rd down. Looking left, it gets batted down at the line of scrimmage. Coming in was Dang, and it's going to be 4th down.
It's a great play by Dang. Getting past the O lineman, pushing through, make sure that ball gets swatted down and not a completion.
So Porter Smith in there to punt it away for the Bulldogs. He is the place kicker, the punter, field goal kicker. Although, to be fair, we have not seen the Bulldogs, when we were going through the stats, we didn't see a field goal that had been attempted this year. Now the snap, Porter boots it away. This is a pretty good punt. It's going to be fielded back about the 45-yard line by Fail. Fail taking it to his left. He is knocked down in Judge territory at the 47. And that's where the Soaring Eagle will get things started.
It's a great heads-up play by him as well. Just noticing where everybody is, where the Judge players are, taking that end around back up to the 50, getting you guys into great field position.
So Jacoby Alstrom and that offense, they will run the ball a lot. But, Zach, you mentioned not afraid to throw it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing, too, that Judge needs to be aware of, is that when this offense operates, they get half set, right? So they'll get half set. The hands are not down for the linemen or for the running backs. So you'll get a set hut. They'll get set hut. That's the thing to be watching out for if I'm Judge.
Alstrom under center. Split backs. Now movement before the snap and flags. We may get an encroachment. A Bulldog jumped off sides. Juan Diego then reacted, but they're going to talk about it, the officials.
Just straight to my point as well.
They're still chatting about it there. Now we'll get our call.
Looks like it's going to be a false start.
Indeed it is. So sloppy start for both teams. A couple of penalties on the respective first plays from scrimmage. So a 1st and 15. Judge back at their own 48. 2 wide receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. That's Dang playing both sides of the ball, going both ways, I should say.
Number 9,
Alstrom under center. Rodriguez in the backfield, one of the backs. Sweet give up the middle, and he's got a lot of room to the 30. One man to beat. 10, 5, touchdown.
We're going for 50.
Sione Villa takes it 52 yards.
That's a great heads-up play by Sione Villa. Attacking that B gap in the line, that just gets you a great score, and you know where you're going.
We do. Do we have a flag on the field? And we do. It looks like the touchdown will stand as Villa. We're going to get a taunting foul on VA before he scored. Turned around to that defender and made a gesture, and this may negate the touchdown. Oh, that would be a killer if you're Juan Diego. So it is. We get an unsportsmanlike conduct. And how are they going to assess it? So they call it after the touchdown. Yeah, that Juan Diego may have caught a break there because he made the gesture before he was in that end zone.
Yeah, you can't be doing that, especially this early in the game where you just scored your first touchdown of the game.
Going to give Denny Larson heartburn before we get barely into the first quarter.
Jones.
So here's Jones to kick the extra point. Right-footed kicker. Snap is low, holds good, kicks through. It is 7-0. Soaring Eagle. And Zach, just a big gap there for VA.
I mean, that's a great block by the O lineman. That's the assignment completed if you're Juan Diego. There's no ifs or doubts about that.
And Sione, he's one of those, a lot of sophomores on this Juan Diego squad. He's one of them. So big play for Juan Diego after the initial penalty. And they lead it 7-0 as Judge will look to get the ball back and play a little cleaner on this offensive drive.
Yeah, we'll see if Judge can bounce back after the not a great first drive for Judge. So we'll see if they can bounce back and get that ball down the field.
Going to have to kick it off from his own 25-yard line. Nolan Jones, the junior.
Daniel kicking off the Flying Eagle.
Back to receive is Beaudry, as well as Kerry Lark. Kickoff is going to be taken at the 12. It is Lark up to the 30. Cuts it back to the outside. 40 has a little room. Finally taken down just shy of the 45-yard line.
That's great. A great starting spot for Judge. You're not too deep into Juan Diego territory, or your own territory, excuse me, and you could get into Juan Diego territory with a few plays.
Yeah, look, if you're Judge, you can really make that penalty hurt now.
Yeah.
You have great field position, as you mentioned.
Well, it's not just a great return as well. Just knowing where everybody is, like I've said before, that when you see green down that field, Jordan, you want to go.
Trips to the right. All on the left hash. Shotgun snap. Coming to Flores. Gives it to the back, and he's taken down right away. That is Beaudry, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
It's about a loss of a yard, actually, Jordan. But it's a great job by the defense. Bull rushing that line, getting back to the backfield.
So 2nd and 11. Ball at the 42. Juan Diego leading by a touchdown. 8:51 to play here in the first quarter. Judge peering over at that sideline, getting the call. On a pleasant evening in Draper, just a slight breeze as the sun sets behind us. A beautiful view of the Wasatch Mountains. Flores in the gun. 2 wide receivers to the right. Now whistles, and we're going to get a delay of game. And right now the Bulldogs just having a hard time getting organized at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I was looking for that clock, and I found it. It's over there. But yeah, that's just, you got to be disciplined on that offense. You're the quarterback. You got to know what's going on, how much time you got left before that flag comes out.
So now again behind the sticks. 2nd and 16 from the 37. Two wide receivers split to each side. 4 down for Juan Diego. Here comes the rush. The pass is knocked away.
Flores pass incomplete.
Intended. We'll see who that was for over there. Not a bad pass from Flores. That looked like it was headed for Eric Mickelson, and he just couldn't quite hold on.
Yeah, that's great defense by the corner. You know, looking at that ball, make sure you're not getting a flag, obviously. But playing that ball, that's what you want. Incompletion, interception, whatever, that's a successful play for that defense.
So now 3rd and 16. And the Bulldogs behind the sticks here. 3 wide receivers to the right. Flores in the shotgun. Here's the snap, back to pass, looking, throws over the middle, tipped and incomplete.
It's another great play for that defense, Jordan. Getting a 3 and out on Judge, getting the ball back, letting your offense get on that field and score some more points.
So for the second time tonight, Porter Smith will come out and punt it away. Judge has gone 3 and out in each of their first 2 possessions. Braylon Fell and Sione Vea back to receive for Juan Diego, standing at their own 30. Porter Smith will punt it away from his own 25. He gets knocked down, and we're going to have a flag. Juan Diego will let this bounce. It's going to take a Bulldog roll all the way inside the 10-yard line, and Porter Smith, he's shaken up, taken a little while to get back up.
Yeah, he was a little slow to get up there, Jordan.
Well, we're going to find out if this is running into the kicker or roughing the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Running into the kicker on Juan Diego.
So running into the kicker, it's just a 5-yard penalty. So the Bulldogs will decline it, and Juan Diego should be starting around their 10-yard line. Well, it feels like, Zach, if you're the Bulldogs defense, you got to make a play here, get your team some momentum, because the offense right now is really struggling.
Yeah, it's going to start with the defense, because defense needs to get a stop on Juan Diego. That's just going to be a big key thing that Judge needs to do, is get that defense off that field. Get Juan Diego's offense off that field. We just saw a 1-play touchdown from Juan Diego last drive, so if I'm Judge, I want to be going after whoever I can.
For the Tor Eagle.
Ball at the 10-yard line. Ahlstrom under center. Two men in the backfield. The snap, a quick give, and tackled right away after maybe a gain of 1. That was Sione Vea on the carry.
Yeah, that's a great heads-up play for that defensive line. That's something that you want to help get Juan Diego off that field and get your offense back on the field.
A big play on 1st down. They gave him 2, so 2nd and 8 at the 12. 7-0, Juan Diego. 7:50 to play in the 1st quarter.
Number 11, Hudson
House and Vea in the backfield. Ahlstrom under center, 2 wide receivers to the right. Snap, give it to Vea, and he'll work his way up for maybe a gain of 3 or 4. Set up a manageable 3rd down.
It's great. That's a great play by Juan Diego's offense. Getting into a 3rd and manageable versus you're in a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. That's a great heads-up play by Juan Diego, getting that chunk yardage.
Well, you said it. This is exactly where they want to be. 3rd and 3, ball at the 16-yard line.
I would not be surprised if they try to throw it here. Would not be surprised.
If 2 wide receivers split to the short side of the field, 1 to the left. That is Dang out there, putting a corner on an island. Ahlstrom with the snap, gives it to the back, a wide run to the right, has the 20, has the 24-yard line, and good for a Juan Diego 1st down. That was Hudson House on the carry.
Yeah, just a great play design by Juan Diego, an outside zone, getting to the outside of the numbers, getting to a 1st down. That's all you want, chunk yardage. That's all you can ask for.
Well, Juan Diego, they would love to go on a nice long drive here, end it with a touchdown. Remember, this Drive started at their own 10-yard line. Ball at the 25 now. Same formation, 2 split backs with Ahlstrom under center. That is Fail and Houts again back there. Give it to Houts on a quick hitter. He has 5 or 6. Give him maybe 7.
It's a great power run. Great power run. That's all you can do at in this kind of field area where you're in your own territory, chunk yardage. You got a fresh set of downs. Great chunk yard pay.
Give him 8. It's 2nd and 2 at their own 33-yard line. And if you're the Bulldogs, Zach, it's about stopping the run, obviously, and forcing them into passing situations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got 2 really great running backs back there. No huddle. They're going to be in the same formation. We've seen it all pretty much so far, these 2 drives. So but we'll see how this is going to turn out.
5 down linemen for the Bulldogs. A quick hitter to Dang, and he maybe will get 1.
Yeah.
Across the 35-yard line.
It's a great stoppage for Judge, even though it was the first down. That was pretty close. I couldn't really tell where that ball was, Jordan. I'm going to be honest with you there, but it's a first down for Juan Diego.
And I misspoke. That is Vea on the carry. So 1st and 10.
One thing I did see about what Judge is doing, they're trying to strip that ball. They want to get the ball back so bad and get that ball in Juan Diego territory.
And just a reminder on the stream, our clock graphic, not exact. Right now, 5:04 and ticking in the first quarter. Snap, no, pass. He's going to go deep, has a man, but he underthrows him. And we're going to get a pass interference. It was Braylon Fell who was behind the defense. The ball was underthrown, and the DB, Cody Van Dyke, ran into him.
Yeah, like I said, I called it. No, don't be surprised if they try to pass this ball and try to catch Judge off guard. That's great. That's a great play call for Juan Diego. Even though the ball was underthrown, it's still a great play call by Juan Diego, and he still gets you yards.
Well, it was a great play call. He was wide open. We do have a flag, and we're going to get a pass interference, obviously, on Judge.
It's good for 15 yards. Another Juan Diego first down.
So a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. And if Van Dyke can just get his head around, he may be able to make a play on that ball.
Yeah, definitely. That's fundamental that I was talking about earlier before the kickoff. Having that fundamental as a DB, as a safety, knowing where that ball is.
So ball at the Judge 49.
Whoopi Ahlstrom brings the Soaring Eagle to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 2 at the Judge 49-yard line.
And now we have whistles. We're having a clock issue. 7-0 Juan Diego. 4.5 to play here in quarter number 1. Vea in the backfield as we get more whistles. The officials trying to get the clock, something to do with the clock, correct. Yeah, the clock ran. It looked like after that flag, the clock started to roll again. And, yeah, if we're right, clock should have stopped on that pass interference call.
Yeah, it definitely should have stopped.
So they're going to have to put 30 or so seconds back on there. Well, the Bulldogs right now, they need a turnover.
Juan Diego.
So now Ahlstrom under center, ready to go. Quick hitter and taken down after maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage. That was Hudson Houts on the carry.
Pick up of 3 yards.
Yeah, they give him 2. Wow.
From the Judge 47-yard line.
So move it up to the 47, 2nd and 8. Juan Diego very deliberate. They get to the line of scrimmage. They peer over at the sideline, check the call on the wristbands. Play clock ticking under 20. Now they get the play in. Play clock under 10. Ahlstrom now under center. They get it off. A play fake, back to pass, and he's hit hard and sacked in the backfield. It was Tunufu Taufa.
If I'm Judge, that's what I want. Getting a stop, making Juan Diego lose yards, that sack, perfect play. That's what you want, and that's how it's going to get you momentum going into the next quarter whenever that happens.
A big play for Taufa. And now a 3rd down and 12 for Juan Diego. And you're exactly right. That is the first big Bulldog play. They needed it there. Let's see if they can get the stop and force the punt on 3rd and 12. Soaring Eagle to the line, split backs, 2 wide receivers to the right, ball on the left hash. Ahlstrom, under center, takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right, looking to throw, looking downfield, a wobbly pass, underthrown again. It's going to fall incomplete, but another flag flown. 2 of them come in at the end of the play. I think we're going to get a pass interference, perhaps on Taj Cole. And then I don't know what the second flag was for.
I thought that was on Dang because he pulled the judge's player helmet off and threw him to the ground. So that might come back as an offensive pass interference or a face mask.
Oh, man. If you're watching on the stream, take a look at the bottom line. We have a score update on the out-of-town scoreboard, taking a 14-0 lead over Fremont, Corner Canyon, in the first quarter there, as the officials still talking about this penalty here.
Yeah, my old defensive coordinator is over at Corner Canyon now as defensive coordinator. My old athletic trainer is at Fremont now, believe it or not.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's a little reunion for those guys over there.
Give them a call. We'll work them into the broadcast.
Maybe, we'll see.
And the officials really having a long discussion about this. Now we'll get our call. So the first penalty, pass interference on the Bulldogs, and then pass interference on Juan Diego, so they offset. And did he say we'll replay 3rd down?
If those plays are offset, that should be a 4th down, I would assume.
They have not changed the down marker on the sideline yet, and the offense is still out there.
They will replay the down.
So they will. They'll replay 3rd and 12.
Interesting.
Yeah, from their own 49.
I saw the far line judge hold her fist up. It should be a 4th down. That's a 4th down signal.
Yeah. And they're calling it 3rd down. So Ahlstrom under center. Let's see what they do here. Bulldogs crowding the line. Ahlstrom rolling to his left. He's going to throw. Look for an out. Has his man received at the 40-yard line. Working his way near that 1st down was Braden Fail. Let's see where they spot him.
Just going to be just short, Jordan. Just short.
Well, I assume, Zach, that with their offense, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, that's a gutsy call for the first quarter. But, you know, if I'm Juan Diego, you want to run that scoreboard up a little bit, at least. Get yourself a comfortable lead.
It will be 4th down.
4th and 1 from the Bulldog 40. In the backfield is Sione
For Juan Diego.
Vea, along with Oscar Rodriguez. Play clock under 20. Ahlstrom to the line of scrimmage. Bulldogs need a stop here. They're going to give it, and the ball's loose on the ground. And Juan Diego dove back on it. And it's going to be a 1st down for the Soaring Eagle. It was Kiowa Yeager jumping on it.
It's a great heads-up play by Yeager. Don't listen, the ball comes out. You know, Judge is like, oh, we want that ball. We want that ball. But worst case scenario, Yeager was able to jump on that ball and save this offensive drive for Juan Diego.
Yeah, there was no change of possession, so it's an automatic 1st down. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, I suppose. But, boy, a break there, a big one for Juan Diego. 1st and 10, ball at the Bulldog 35 as we tick under 2.5 to play in the first quarter. 7-0, Juan Diego.
1st down, 10 yards to go at the point.
Vea in the backfield along with Rodriguez again. 2 wide receivers to the right. 5 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Now they give it to Rodriguez. He's going to break one tackle, two, and going to fall forward at the 30-yard line after about a gain of 5.
Yeah, Hallstrom almost got hit by one of those Judge players on that handoff. That would have been a great play by Judge, but Juan Diego able to get that handoff off and get some chunk yards, 5 yards on that play, and make it a 2nd and 5.
I'll give Judge credit. They've had some 3rd and longs here, and they've converted.
Yeah, their defense is playing well so far. Just trying to get that stop on 3rd down, 4th down.
2nd and 5. Hallstrom taking his time. Vea and Rodriguez in the backfield. They're going to give it to Vea on a little sweep to the right. He's going to work his way to the 25 where he's knocked down right near the 1st down marker, and he's got it. 1st and 10.
It's a great play by Vea. Sending that ball to get that 1st down. This is fundamental football right there.
So they should, well, they signaled 1st down. Now they move the chains.
Another Juan Diego.
So 1st and 10 at the 25. This drive started at the Juan Diego 10-yard line. Vea and Rodriguez again in the backfield. So we tick under a minute to play in the 1st quarter. Hallstrom takes the snap and gave it to Rodriguez, who maybe gets a 1, maybe. And a little jawing after the play. The officials separated. So 2nd and about 9 or 10 coming up.
Number 1. 2nd down.
So they'll call it 2nd and 9. They will have to snap this before the quarter ends.
At the 24-yard line.
They may not.
Now they reset. Yeah, you're right. They reset the clock. So they may take this to the end of the quarter. 15 seconds to play. Play clock's at 17.
Yeah, Hallstrom's helmet's off.
So we'll take this to the end of the quarter as Juan Diego leads Judge Memorial 7-0 here in Draper.
And that's the end of the 1st quarter.
Judge Memorial community mourns the tragic loss of Dang Mayar, class of 2020. Dang was an inspiring leader in the school during his high school years. Our hearts are with his family and friends during this time of heartbreak.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
Welcome back to John Colosimo Field at Soaring Eagle Stadium, where Juan Diego leads Judge Memorial 7-0. A reminder, football season is here, and the Utah ESPN Radio Network is getting you ready with 31 days of football in August, presented by Baskin-Robbins. Tune in daily for the best coverage of the NFL, college, and of course, Utah high school football. It's the 31 days of football, presented by Baskin-Robbins on your home for football, ESPN The Fan. Well, right now, Zach, Juan Diego in the midst of a nice long drive. They faced a 3rd and long. They were able to convert it on a 4th and 1. They've looked good so far tonight.
Yeah, they've looked really good so far. You know, as I've mentioned before, the fundamental football is getting that chunk plays, making it 3rd and manageable, 2nd and manageable to get that 1st down marker. And Judge defense is playing really great so far, Jordan, but they can't get the stop that they need. And then Judge offense is kind of slowing down a little bit where they can't get on the field. And Juan Diego having these 15, 20 play yard drives.
It'll wear you down. And you mentioned it, Judge's defense has not played poorly by any means. In fact, they've been a little unlucky at times. They forced that fumble just a few moments ago, weren't able to land on it or recover it, I should say. So we'll see here, just a 7-0 game after Juan Diego was really in control that entire 1st quarter. It's going to be a 2nd and 9, ball at the Judge 24-yard line. The beautiful Soaring Eagle Stadium. You have two hills behind the uprights, behind the end zones where a few photographers are and a few kids are out watching the game.
Second quarter begins with Juan Diego facing second down and 9 at the Judge 24-yard line.
Rodriguez and Vea in the backfield. As you see on the streaming side, Syracuse taking a 13-0 lead over East on the out-of-town scoreboard. Meanwhile, Fremont has scored. They've made that a 14-7 game with Corner Canyon. If you're joining us on the radio, you can also tune in on YouTube to see the action. So now Ahlstrom in the shotgun for the first time tonight. Backs on either side of him. Takes the snap. Going to roll to his right, looking to pass. Looking, throws downfield. It is caught at the 5, at the 6, I should say. Knocked out of bounds. It is Dang, and it's first and goal, Juan Diego.
That's a great job by Dane, getting just big, able to catch that ball, jump out before that corner even knows the ball is in his hands. It's a great play by Dane.
Well, you mentioned he is 6'5", 220, the senior, and he's just kind of lurking out there waiting for that. And he makes the play. So first and goal. Ball at the 5.
5-yard line where it will be goal, Soaring Eagle.
Ahlstrom back under center. Vea and Rodriguez behind him. Play clock ticks under 10. Soaring Eagle trying to make this a 2-score game. Ahlstrom takes the snap. Handoff to Rodriguez. He's going to take it down inside the 5. Knocked down at the 2, and it'll be second and goal.
Yeah, they're just trying to get that ball into that end zone, Jordan. That's the one thing they want to do is score points in that end zone.
They're going to take their time doing it. This has been a tremendous drive from Juan Diego. If they can cap it, it'd be 90 yards, and they'll have taken 9 minutes off the game clock.
About so, yeah.
So same formation, second and goal. Ball on the right hash. We'll see if they just give it to Vea. Maybe Rodriguez. Snap to Ahlstrom. It's going to be Rodriguez working his way. Instead, we have whistles before the snap. And we got a timeout charged. Who took it? It's going to be Juan Diego. So that's their first time out of the half. They're going to talk about it. They saw something they didn't like.
I think this gives Judge an opportunity to dial up something too, to maybe get that ball out, prevent him from scoring, maybe hold him to a field goal. That's a great opportunity.
If you're the Bulldogs, how do you stop a run attack like this?
I mean, it's hard, especially when Juan Diego is such a heavy run team in now 4A. It used to be in 3A and 2A, but it's going to be interesting to see how Juan Diego can, Judge can stop that run, because those two guys are really big.
They're talking about it here. It gives us a chance to remind you that Utah High School football is brought to you by Dang Brothers Pizza. Started in Utah in January of 2023. They have a wood-fired oven in the back of a vintage fire truck. They make Neapolitan-style pizzas that cook in 90 seconds. They specialize in catering and large events, can accommodate catering for parties up to 250 people, and they've been part of large festivals like events that have been hosted upwards of 100,000 people. So call Dang Brothers Pizza today. Juan Diego working with a second and goal from the 2-yard line.
After the time,
7-0.
2-yard line.
Soaring Eagle trying to put Judge in a tough spot here early in the second quarter. Ahlstrom under center. 2 men in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's going to give it to Rodriguez. He's near the goal line. And he is in for the touchdown. Juan Diego scores. What a drive. 90 yards.
And
Almost 10 minutes off the clock too, Jordan. That's Juan Diego football. I can see for right now. But it's a great goal line offense for Juan Diego. Just keep smacking that ball into the end zone.
Is that the kind of drive that just demoralizes a defense?
Yeah, that too. And it slows down the offense. Like you have no motivation on that offense, no drive for the offense because they've been sitting down for so long.
Yeah, no momentum. They really have. You mentioned they've been sitting down for 10 minutes. So here is Jones to attempt the PAT. It is up, it is good, and Juan Diego has a 14-0 lead over Judge Memorial.
3 remaining in the second quarter. The score is Juan Diego.
All yet tonight, a whole lot.
Yeah, because where did they start? They had their starting field position last kickoff was like the 40-yard line, right?
Yeah.
They kicked from the 25. So definitely want to see some special team play here where they get into a good position on the field to score some points.
As we take a look at the preseason poll for Juan Diego, that's Region 10. East was picked by the coaches to win the thing. Skyline coming in at 2, Spurry at 4, Highland at 5. Doing my logo work here for Bryce Larson. That's Juan Diego was picked 5th in that coaches poll. 0-2 on the year, looking to get their first win tonight. Kicking it away is Jones. This one will be fielded at the 1. They're going to bring it out to the 15, 20. It is Beaudry taking it out past the 30, and they will have good field position, Zach, up to the 34.
Yeah, that's a great special teams play. Getting your offense in a good situation, not deep in their own territory at a 30, like about the 29, 30-yard line, you would say. But that's great special teams play for Judge.
So ball at the 39, and that's the difference between 1 yard, because if Jones could have put that one in the end zone, it's an automatic touchback at the 20. It's so valuable in high school to have a really strong leg there. 39-yard line.
I guess when D1 offers you have a golden leg like that.
Yeah. It's a long way to boot it. So here comes, it was Flores to begin the game. Now we're going to have Maverick Middleton, it looks like, number 10 out there, the freshman. Takes the shotgun snap. He's going to run it up the middle himself. He's going to be knocked down after maybe a gain of 1.
I think Judge here is trying to run a wildcat formation here with Maverick. So obviously not a great play for the offense to start. You know, you're trying to get some of that momentum back after sitting down for 10 minutes. You know, defense has some time to rest. Offense losing that momentum. Judge is just trying to get some momentum back here, Jordan.
Yeah, you see Flores, who started the game at quarterback. He's over on the sideline. The offense really struggled. They had a couple of delay of games, a fumble that they recovered. So now empty backfield again, wildcat formation. Middleton takes the snap. He's going to throw it, though. Back to pass. Throws a little out, and he overshot his receiver. Nearly picked off by Braylon Fail. He had it.
Off the hands of Braylon Fail.
Oh, if I'm Braylon, I want that ball in my hands right now. That's a costly play by him.
And Middleton just overshot his intended man. And now you're looking at a 3rd and 8 if you're Judge Memorial. Judge looking to score their first points of the season. Trailing 14-0 with 10:09 to play in the first half. Shotgun for Middleton. 1 man on his right hip. 3 wide receivers to the left. He's going to roll to his left, throw back to his right. Now he's going to decide to run it up the middle. He has a little room. He is about a yard short of the first down. Gets tackled at the 48 or so. They'll spot him at the 49, it looks like. So it's going to be real close to a first down. Let's see what they signal. And they're saying first down.
It's a great play by Middleton. Breaking tackles, getting away from that sack, just getting out of there and escaping that pocket.
That is a huge play by Maverick Middleton. Again, 5'11", freshman out there. His first series at the helm. Ben Beaudry on his right hip. He's in the gun. 3 wide receivers to the left. 1st and 10. Judge Memorial. Give it to Beaudry. He has about 2 before he's shoved backwards up to the 46.
Judge definitely got a lot of momentum back after that play by Maverick Middleton. That's a great momentum changer for this offense, and see what Juan Diego's defense can dial up here for Judge.
Absolutely. On a 2nd and 8, here comes Middleton in with the play call.
It'll make 2nd down and 8 yards to go at the 40.
Judge could get some points here, you just have to think, boy, the energy and the sigh of relief just over on that sideline after 2 weeks without any points.
Yeah, I mean, definitely no offense production is not an ideal way to start your season if I am
Timeout.
Judge.
Memorial.
So Judge, they're going to take their second time out, I believe, actually, of the half. We'll double check
Their
that.
first time
Is
out.
that their first?
It's their first.
So they'll take their first of the half. Gives us a chance to remind you about our proud sponsor, Intermountain Bobcat. Located in Orem, Ogden, and Salt Lake City, Intermountain Bobcat, helping homeowners and contractors conquer their projects since 1995. Well, Judge working their way down the field, trailing 14-0 on a beautiful Friday night in Draper. The sun setting behind us, the beautiful Wasatch Mountains straight ahead of us. This is a beautiful setting for a football game at John Colosimo Field at Soaring Eagle Stadium. We appreciate you joining us. Jordan Bianucci alongside Zach Robinson. .9:05 to play in the second quarter. Middleton in the shotgun. Empty backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Now he brings a man in motion. That's Foreman. Now flags, and we're going to have a false start.
Play is whistle dead. Flag on the field.
So some movement.
I was about to say it with Beaudry being out in that slot.
Legal procedure.
There's a chance that
Come about 5 yards.
Beaudry could have gotten that ball, but it sounds like it was a legal motion from Judge.
So they'll move it back 5 yards. Gives us a chance to remind you that Bryson Bianucci will be talking about this one on Monday morning, 7 to 10 on ESPN The Fan. Tuesday morning. Monday, we're taking Monday off.
Second down and 13 to go now from the 41-yard line.
They said, you know what, Labor Day, boys, don't come in. We're not going to pay you, but don't come in. Here we go. 2nd and 13. Give it to Beaudry around the right corner. He's going to be hit at the 40, fall forward near the 41.
Short game.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Bulldogs. And Zach, that penalty just killed Judge Memorial there.
Yeah, that penalty definitely killed their momentum a little bit after that big run by Maverick, but it's a great play by that defense. Like I said, Juan Diego defense able to dial up something to get a stop on Judge Memorial.
Well, let's see if they let Middleton throw the ball here on a 3rd and 13.
The 40-yard line.
The freshman in there. 3 wide receivers to the left. 1 man in the backfield, shotgun snap. Play clock at 1, it hits 0, and now shotgun snap, they got it off apparently. He's under pressure, gonna roll to his right, gonna heave it down, just throwing it away as he's hit out of bounds. Boy, that clock hit 0, no delay of game penalty called. It's an incomplete pass, so it should be 4th down, and Judge is gonna punt it away.
Yeah, that was definitely a close call for Judge, just barely avoiding that flag and getting another penalty killer.
And it's interesting to note that, remember, Porter Smith was run into, the punter, the last time he punted. Well, he was a little shaky getting up, and they're going to bring out Taj Cole to punt it away. So hopefully Smith is all right. So let's see what Cole can do, punting from his 25. Now a bad snap. He has to backpedal to kick it away, and he kicks it straight up in the air, maybe 20 yards, gets a nice bounce, though. It's going to roll out of bounds near the 44-yard line. So that's where Juan Diego will begin things.
4-yard line.
Yeah, Taj Cole is listed here on the kicker in our roster, so that's a little big of adjustment for a kicker to punt.
That's right, yeah.
Jordan.
5'10", 160, the senior. Give it a shot. Taj, not so bad if he's not experienced doing it.
I think he did get a little bit of a friendly roll there, didn't he?
He did. Gives us a chance. We'll remind you that, as always, Utah High School football brought to you by the Utah Trucking Association. Don't labor while out driving this weekend. Look in your mirrors, look around you, and most importantly, look out for trucks as you're out on the highways and byways of Utah. The Utah Trucking Association wants all of us to get home safely.
10 yards to go for Juan Diego.
1st and 10 for the Soaring Eagle. Ball at their own 44. They lead 14-0 over Judge Memorial. 8:08 to play in the second quarter. Ahlstrom under center. Takes the snap, going to roll to his right, look to throw it. Looking under pressure. Now off his back foot, he just heaves it away out of bounds.
That was a very smart play by Ulstrom getting rid of that ball, throwing it out of bounds. He did have brilliant fail down the field, but he did not see him and didn't have enough time to set his feet and throw that ball for him.
You know, it's interesting. Because they run the ball so much, Judges brought so many guys up to the line of scrimmage that receivers are getting behind the defense pretty regularly. We do have a flag on the play, though.
Yeah, I mean, Judge bringing down 5, 6 linemen to try to stop that run. That gives a chance for Juan Diego to throw the ball and play some play action plays here.
We are going to have a penalty on Juan Diego. It is
Man down.
declined, the ineligible man downfield after the incompletion. So 2nd and 10, ball still at the 44. Judge will just take the loss of down rather than the yardage. Ulstrom now in the shotgun. Backs on each side. 2 wide receivers to the right. Dang split to the left. Ulstrom takes the snap, a little shovel pass to Rodriguez, up past the 50 to the 40, and he's knocked hard out of bounds near the Judge Memorial 40-yard line.
It's a great play design by Juan Diego. A QB option where you can toss it to Oscar Rodriguez. Obviously results in a great big play for Juan Diego, getting that momentum.
And it was a big chunk play there. And again, Juan Diego threatening here.
Not Judge Memorial. Do you think they should have declined that penalty now that you think about it?
You know, it's the only reason I think they didn't, or I was trying to guess there, was we've seen Juan Diego backed up with 3rd and 12s, and they've been able to get chunk yardage like they did there. But, yeah, I mean, boy, you would think you'd want that yardage. Now we're going to have more whistles, and a timeout was taken by Juan Diego. That's their 2nd of the half. Yeah, Judge opted to go with the loss of down, and Juan Diego responded with a big play.
Timeout.
Juan Diego with a 14-point lead. Stick around at the half. We'll send it back to our downtown Salt Lake City studios, where Ronald Weaver III will have all the out-of-town scores for you all around the state on a Friday night, week 3 of Utah High School football. Remember, fans, Utah High School football always brought to you by AFP Utah. One volunteer can do a lot, but when you join thousands of volunteers together, the results can be life-changing. If you're interested in learning about grassroots volunteer efforts, go to prosperityelevated.com. In the next few weeks, learn to make a difference in your community. AFP Utah, helping you make your voice heard. Sponsored by Americans for Prosperity. Meanwhile, on the out-of-town scoreboard, Skyridge is just beating up on East, 34-0 there. Corner Canyon still with that 14-7 lead over Fremont. Keep you abreast of all the scores here throughout the rest of the night. 1st and 10, Juan Diego here. Ball at the Bulldog 40. Split backs. Ulstrom. Play fake. Looking down the middle. Has a man. It is 10. Touchdown. Dang takes it into the end zone. It's 20-0 Juan Diego.
That's a great job by the offense, selling that run, fake a pass to get that touchdown to Dang.
40 yards for Dang, and Juan Diego in control here. Yeah, that was beautiful. Dang like a center fielder going back on that ball over his shoulder.
Yeah, he sold that 100%, Jordan. Just taking that seam down the middle. It's a great route by Dang.
So Nolan Jones in to kick the extra point. It is up. It is good. And the Soaring Eagle have a 21-0 lead here with 7:39 to play in the first half.
Well, we see Will we see Maverick Milton again? Are we going to see Whitewater this time? Who are we going to see here?
Well, it's an excellent question. Whitewater, look, he moved
Sorry,
the ball,
Crosswhite. Excuse me, Crosswhite. My fault.
Well, we haven't seen Crosswhite tonight. We have seen Elijah Flores at quarterback, the sophomore, and then last drive we saw Maverick Middleton, the freshman. So, and Middleton, look, he moved the ball at times, has the legs, ran for a first down, but again, the Bulldogs ultimately had to punt it away. Jones to kick it away from his 40. Boy, he boots this one into the end zone. That'll come back to the 20. We were talking about the last kickoff. Jones kicked it to the 1-yard line. This time didn't risk it.
Yeah, I wonder if Juan Diego's trying to shut down this offense a little bit and gain that momentum back on that defense. Just avoiding a return from special teams on Judge. I mean, Judge's special teams has been spectacular so far this evening.
They have. It's been really the one bright spot. They've brought one out to the 40, or two out to the 40, I should say. So here comes the Bulldog offense, still looking for those first points. And it will be the freshman again, Maverick Middleton, at quarterback. Has Beaudry on his right hip, 2 wide receivers to each side. Play clock at 5, takes the snap, going to give it to Beaudry. He's going to bull his way forward for a gain of 2 or 3. It'll be second down.
Yeah, I think Judge here is going to try to get some chunk plays to make it a third and manageable down. See if they can pass the ball or even maybe run the ball to get a first down, maybe even more.
2nd and 8, they give him 2. Judge will huddle up, trying to get back into this game. Make it 2nd and 7 from the 23. Middleton, shotgun coming again. Play clock at 1, trying to get the wide receivers into the position, and we're going to have a delay of game. He was trying to tell Abraham Foreman, I think, to move up to the line of scrimmage. There was just a miscommunication. They did not get the snap up. Is that the 3rd delay of game tonight on Judge?
I believe that was the 3rd. And yeah, I mean, Middleton was looking back at that clock and even has got a clock in front of him right on that scoreboard. But yeah, that's just, you need to get your players set.
So instead of 2nd and 7, you're behind the sticks again. 2nd and 12, they give it to Beaudry, who maybe gets 1. And it's going to be another 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a penalty killer for Judge again with that delay game. You lose a lot of momentum, give more momentum to that Juan Diego defense.
6:35 to play in the half. Spotted at the 19-yard line.
3rd down and 11 yards to go. The 19-yard line.
Middleton in the shotgun. Beaudry moves to his left. 3rd and 11. Here's the snap with 2 on the play clock. Back to pass, looking deep down the left sideline. It is picked off by Braylon Fail. He didn't drop that one. He has it. Juan Diego will take over.
Yeah, Juan Diego showing a cover 3 defense. It's a great play by Braylon Fail, getting that interception back that he missed earlier. I'm sure Braylon's feeling it right now.
He did it, and Middleton, I think, wanted Kerry Lark. And that, like you said, that was great coverage by Fail. So as it falls down at the 50, so Juan Diego will take over at midfield with 6:01 to play in the first half. Ahlstrom under center for the Soaring Eagle. Now a late substitution, 12 on the play clock. Rodriguez in the backfield. Snap, back to pass. Looking down the right sideline, has a man, and he overthrew him. He wanted Braylon Fail, wanted to go back to him, this time on the offensive side, and couldn't connect.
Yeah, Braylon had that corner beat, just overthrowing the ball. Play action is going to come into play here more, Jordan. I mean, we're going to see a lot more play action from Juan Diego.
I think we will. They took a shot there, and it was there. It was open right after the turnover. Instead, 2nd and 10, just missed him by a few yards.
Juan Diego's usually a no-huddle offense. It's interesting to see them huddle up for for once.
And they're taking a lot of time. They're getting to the line of scrimmage with 8 on the play clock here. Under 5. Ahlstrom under center. Takes the snap with 1 on the play clock. Give it to Rodriguez. He has some room up to the 40. First down and more as he's pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Looks like we got an injured Judge player as well. Maybe just a cramp, but great play design by Juan Diego. Obviously grabbing that chunk play to get a first down. We've seen that play ran a couple of times. It's a great chunk.
And now to your point, now they do go no huddle. Now once they get to the line, they'll take a look at the sideline, get the play in. Clock stopped with 5:52 to play. Judge with a 21-point lead here in the second quarter. Ahlstrom takes the snap. He's going to throw it again on a play fake. Fell again in the end zone. Touchdown! Braylon Fail beat the corner again. This time he hauls it in. And Juan Diego scores again, and the route is on.
An interception for Braylon Fail that he missed early, he got. The touchdown he missed about a couple minutes ago, he got back. That's a great route by Braylon Fail.
And a beautiful throw from Jacoby Ahlstrom. Hit him right in stride. And Juan Diego rolling right now.
They're going Jones on the try the PAT.
Jones to kick the PAT.
Hutchinson to hold him.
The kick is up. It is through.
It is through.
And Juan Diego has a 28-0 lead over the Bulldogs with 5:47 to play. And Judge just needs to get something positive going. If you're just joining us, we're in the second quarter of this one. Judge is 0-2. They fell to Union in week 1, 49-0. Ogden in week 2, 52-0. So they just need to get some points on the board. And it's been a bit of a struggle so far for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they've had some penalty killers as well, which isn't helping that momentum of the offense. Delayed games and false starts, and it's not something that I want to look for if I'm Judge head coach.
Yeah, we've seen 2 quarterbacks so far in this first half. And the second quarterback we've seen, the freshman Maverick Middleton, he's not played poorly, especially for a freshman. But here Jones will kick it away from the 40. And he boots this one into the end zone, and Judge will start at their own 20-yard line.
Kickoff is into the end zone for a touchback. And 10 Judge at their own 20-yard line.
The Soaring Eagle cheerleaders, they're going to be doing a lot of push-ups tonight, I have a feeling. Our cameraman, Martin, has also volunteered to do a push-up for every point scored tonight, Martin. Wow. $5:47 to play in the half. But you mentioned, Zach, the offense for the Bulldogs being a little discombobulated. Right there, out of a kickoff, they don't have everybody on the field in time, and they're forced to take a timeout to avoid another delay of game.
Yeah, I mean, heads-up play by Judge head coach Kafusi. That's just something that you need to be aware of as a player as well. It's like, oh, I got to get on that field, right? So another killer for this offense.
And look, just another reminder, Judge returned just 2 starters on offense. This is an entirely new look, it's an entirely new team. They returned 3 guys on defense. So it's a very inexperienced team. You obviously have a freshman at quarterback. So there are going to be some hiccups.
Yeah, there definitely will be some hiccups. And the same thing with Juan Diego, too. They got a lot more younger guys as well on that offense and that defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how Judge can kind of get a momentum going.
Bryce Larson spoke to the Juan Diego head coach, Danny Larson, before the start of this one. You can go listen to that on the Bryson Bianucci podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. So Judge, I believe, with 1 timeout remaining in the half, 1st and 10 from their own 20, trailing by 28. And look, if you're the Bulldogs, I don't think you're so worried about the score anymore. You just want something positive here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Jordan. I'm Judge. I want to get points on that board just to, say, like, hey, we scored against these guys.
Look, who knows? You get some points. Maybe you get the monkey off your back. Haven't scored this season yet. Now the handoff to Beaudry, and he has some room.
Beaudry on
Up to the
carry.
30. He has more. Up to the 40. Up the sideline. Into Juan Diego territory. Taken down at the Soaring Eagle 39-yard line.
Now that is what you want as an offense if I am Judge. You get a big play, you get into Juan Diego territory, you give yourself a chance to get some momentum back and score some points, Jordan.
Let's see if that sparks something.
That's a pick.
They mark him at the 40-yard line. A gain of
40-yard line.
40 yards.
At the JD 40.
Middleton in the shotgun. Beaudry still out there on his right hip after the big run. Takes the snap. And now a fumble. Ball on the turf, and Juan Diego has it. No signal yet. They do. Oh, and right after the big play for the Bulldogs, they put it on the ground.
Yeah, that's just a fundamental thing, Jordan. Like I mentioned before kickoff, you got to hold on to that ball and secure that ball before anything else.
The game makes it.
So that's just the way it's gone for Judge Memorial tonight, and Juan Diego will take over at their own 45. Another reminder, Utah High School football brought to you by Baskin-Robbins. Grab some ice cream after this one. Baskin-Robbins, multiple locations along the Wasatch Front. It's the 31 days of football here on ESPN The Fan, brought to you by our friends at Baskin-Robbins.
Ice cream does sound really good, Jordan.
It sounds good. I'll tell you this. On Bryson Bianucci this week, we had a pint of baseball nut. It's like a vanilla, raspberry, cashews. It was excellent.
That sounds so bomb.
I ate a pint of ice cream at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's how good it was.
Flag on
Now we have flags on the play. It's going to be a false start on Juan Diego.
playing game
So
on the
back them up 5 yards.
yard, so 40.
You're just living that dream you had as a kid. You eat ice cream for breakfast.
Yeah, and getting paid for it, it's not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
While we're talking sports, 7 to 10 on ESPN The Fan. Ahlstrom in the shotgun will send one back out in motion, and we're going to have another flag.
You've heard this before, but there's a flag on the field.
I didn't see what it was. It's going to be on Juan Diego, though. Back them up another 5, I believe. So back at their 35, now it's 1st and 20.
Penalty makes it first down, 2 yards to go. On the JD.
5:35 to play here in quarter number 2. 28-0. Juan Diego leading Judge Memorial. Now rolling to his right is Ahlstrom, looking downfield, going for foul again. Has the 40, run him to beat. 5, touchdown, Braylon Fell. His 2nd of the night.
It's a great route by Fale. Just a simple 8-post route. Get across that field between the safeties, and you're gone.
I got to count my touchdowns. That's 5 of them tonight for Juan Diego.
And Nolan Jones.
As Jones comes in to attempt the point after. The kick is up. It is good. So Juan Diego leads Judge Memorial 35-0. And with that, we will now pause for station ID on your Utah ESPN radio network.
Hey.
35-0 Juan Diego back here in Draper. Jordan Bianucci and Zach Robinson. Judge Memorial going to get the football here, Zach. And look, a positive play for the Bulldogs that last drive, but then they fumble it. Juan Diego comes back with a big play.
Yeah, that big play by Ben Beaudry was a great momentum gainer for the offense, and then that momentum just got completely stopped because of that fumble, and that fundamentals come into play here is that ball security is such a key thing in football. You don't avoid turnovers and fumbles. You don't want that if you're Judge Memorial offense.
Jones to kick it away. He's going to hammer this one into the end zone again, and the Bulldogs will take it at the 20.
Jones for a touchback.
5:25 to play in the half. Another reminder, stick around for our halftime show. We'll send it back to Ronald Weaver III. We'll give you all the updates on the scores around the state of Utah. So Judge and we assume the freshman quarterback, Maverick Middleton, will head back out there. Both of these teams looking for their first win, unless things change for the Bulldogs. Juan Diego may get it tonight. They started off the year, they scored 32 points against Timpanogos, but gave up 55 in week 1.
Yeah, I mean, Timpanogos week 1, that's a great game to start your season in 4A.
It was. We saw Timpanogos last week, and as Middleton takes the snap, back to pass on first down, throws a little out, a great pass, and it is broken up. It was caught, and then a big hit on Kiri Lark knocked it free. That was a good pass from the freshman Middleton, but Lark just couldn't hold on after that big hit.
Yeah, Lark did not have possession, so therefore it's incomplete pass. But a great ball by Middleton. That's a great play to kind of get some momentum back if you're the quarterback of Judge. Just throwing the ball, getting some chuck yards plays, making it a manageable down if that comes to the case.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Yeah, we saw Timpanogos. They got rolled last week by West. West is a good football team. Middleton, shotgun snap on a 2nd and 10. Back to pass again, looking downfield, plenty of time. He's going to run. He is going to be knocked down after maybe a gain of 1. So that'll bring up another 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
Pick up of just the yard.
That might be your might be your welcome to varsity football moment right there. If I'm Middleton,
that may be it. That pocket collapsed real quickly when he decided to take off.
Oh, that's a great heads up play by Middleton. You know, you're gonna get flushed out of the pocket. You're gonna have to run and try to gain some yards. That's just a great heads up play by the freshman.
3rd and 9. They give him a yard. 4.5 to play here in the 2nd quarter. He's going to give it to Beaudry on 3rd and 9. He'll break it to the outside and be knocked down after getting back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bulldogs are going to be faced with a 4th and 10.
Yeah, Juan Diego is all over that outside run by Ben Beaudry. That's what they've been all over it all night. They know when it's going to be running and running and running.
Down and 10 yards to go.
And they'll punt it away from their own 20. It's going to be fail back to receive for Juan Diego. 2 touchdowns for him already tonight. They'll also send Villa back to receive as well. As you see on the out-of-town scoreboard on your bottom line on the streaming side, for Canyon scores to make it 21-7 over Fremont. And now a mishandled snap, and Juan Diego will take down the punter at his own 5-yard line, 10-yard line, and Juan Diego will have the ball deep in Bulldog territory.
Yeah, that was not a great snap by the center. That makes it Porter Smith kind of mishandled that punt, and now you see where Juan Diego's at on field position in the red zone.
So right away, it's going to be a 1st and goal for the Soaring Eagle. Already leading 35-0. Ahlstrom under center, Rodriguez in the backfield along with Vea. Takes the snap, pitch it to the left of Vea, and he's met at the 10, breaks 1 tackle, down the sideline, knocked out of bounds inside the 5.
It's a great isolation play for Vea. You know, getting to the outside, realizing that you don't have any blocking in front of you. Sometimes you got to make a play as a running back, and that's where that stiff arm kind of play for Vea.
Meanwhile, Judge here with 3:35 to play in the first half. They'll get the ball to start the second half. So they mark him at the 5, 2nd and goal. Going to put Ahlstrom in the shotgun, backs to either side. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to throw. It is. Did he get in is the question. The official falls on his backside. No signal. Now he signals touchdown. Juan Diego.
So that was Kingston to Ban.
That's number 5, Steve Tatum.
To Bane, excuse me.
For the
Yeah, that's the first time we've called his name tonight, Tabin, the senior. So Juan Diego puts it in.
Great route. Great simple out route. Extend the ball over the line. Obviously, knock over your line judge, which knows like, did I score? Did I not score? But he did score. A great route.
The line judge, he's all right. So Jones back out there to kick the PAT after Judge mishandles with the bad snap on the punt. Fumble recovery. Snap down, kicks up. It is through. And it is a 42-0 lead here for Juan Diego with 3:31 to play in the first half.
Memorial, nothing.
On that out-of-town scoreboard, Skyridge leading East 34-0, while Corner Canyon has a 2-touchdown lead, 21-7 over Fremont. Jones kicking it away from the 40. Let's put the last 3 in the back of the end zone. This one he will put in the end zone again. The Bulldogs, again, will start at their 20. 3.5 to play here in the second quarter. See what they can do.
There is a flag on the play.
And there is a flag down at the Bulldog 46.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a tussle after the play. The unsportsmanlike conduct.
Quite a few penalties tonight.
We'll see if this is on Judge, too, because this is on Judge. That's another momentum killer here, Jordan.
They're frustrated. They're going to pick it up.
Waved off. Just 10 yards to go for Judge Memorial.
So last series, they let
At their own 20
Maverick
yards.
Middleton really just drop back in the shotgun and throw the ball, and he didn't look bad. Made some nice throws. Was unable to come up with a first down, though. In the shotgun once again. It is not Beaudry to his left. Can't quite see who that is in the backfield. Shotgun, they're going to give it to him, though. A few yards up the middle. That is Michael Gibbons on the carry.
Michael Gibbons on the carry.
First time we called his name tonight, Jordan.
It is.
But yeah, I mean, Judge trying to gain some momentum back here, trying to get on the scoreboard before the half is over. And then that way they can come in some momentum in the second half.
An excellent run from Gibbons. Gain of 6. So 2nd and 4. Ball at the 26. Give it to the back again. Gibbons again with it. And he maybe will get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much doing there.
This is a good thing that the Judge offense just did here, Jordan. Is they made it a third and manageable. So if Judge can hold up their blocks and they can protect Middleton just for a second, and if they do pass the ball, gives Middleton time to figure out where he can throw the ball to get a first down, maybe even more.
3rd and 3. Ball at their own 27-yard line. Shotgun for Middleton. Claps his hand, now takes the snap. Give it to the back. He's going to push ahead, and I think he's going to be...
I think you got it.
Right around there, and he did. So a first down for the Bulldogs.
Across the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to see some quick hitting plays for Judge here, Jordan, just kind of coming into that 2-minute drill. About 20 seconds-ish. So we're going to see some quick hitting plays for Judge and see if they can kill the momentum of this Juan Diego defense.
1st and 10.
10 Bulldogs at their own 31.
Clock ticking under 2:10. Middleton brings a man in motion. Back to pass. Now a little quarterback keeper, and he's going to be hit in the backfield and taken down for a loss.
Maverick Middleton on the keeper.
Middleton took a big hit from Dang and another soaring eagle.
Yeah, we'll see what Judge can dial up here after a little bit of a...
The loss of 3 on the play.
Losing 3 yards is not the beneficiary idea that you want to have as an offense, but
The Bulldog,
see if Judge can get the ball down the field.
Yeah, we'll see. Minute 32. I believe, did they have one timeout, I believe, left? 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap. Gibbons takes it again, bobbles it, but then recovers and gets a nice little gain out past the 35.
A great play by Gibbons, obviously bobbling the ball. You're securing that ball. That's the fundamentals that I was talking about earlier that Ben Boji's been struggling with a little bit as we see Ben Boji coming back in now. But Gibbons able to make a play out of it after kind of a little bit of a weird handoff for him. And now you're making it third and manageable for Judge.
3rd and 4 again. Under a minute to play in the half. They give it to Beaudry, and he's going to work his way up. He's going to be a little short, shy of the 40, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And we'll see what Judge decides to do here. They're going to keep the offense out there. 4th and 3. Shotgun snap coming to Middleton.
They might try to make these guys jump off sides and see if they can get a first down out of a penalty.
30 seconds to play. Clock's rolling here.
About 17 seconds on the play clock, too, Jordan.
They might try to do just that, Zach. Now they do snap it. Now back to pass. Now moving to his left, losing yardage is Middleton under pressure, and he's taken down for a big loss by Dang. And Juan Diego takes over.
Yeah, that's a heads-up play by Juan Diego's defense. Quarterbacks gets flushed out of the pocket. That way you bring down your linebackers that are covering, and that get your ball back. Get the ball back.
Yeah, and I mean, look, with that loss, you're at the 31. If you're Juan Diego with a timeout left, you can try to make something happen here.
Yeah, especially with that running clock not coming into play right now in this first half. It's good. You can manage the clock a little bit, but it looks like they're going to take a knee here towards the end of the half.
Indeed, they will. They'll just sit on it. We'll make sure before we take a break. It was all Juan Diego in this first half. And now Judge wants a timeout.
A timeout, Judge Memorial.
Interesting they took a timeout here, Jordan. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. All signs pointed to Juan Diego just kneeling on that one and taking it to the locker room. Gives us a chance to remind you that Utah High School football is always brought to you by Intermountain Bobcat, located in Orem, Ogden, and Salt Lake City. Intermountain Bobcat, helping homeowners and contractors conquer their projects since 1995. As night has fallen in Draper, a beautiful night here in Salt Lake County.
Man, that sunset behind us is beautiful. Behind the Wasatch Mountains.
With the wind has died down, it is a beautiful night. So Ahlstrom takes the snap, takes a knee, and that will do it for the first half of action. Juan Diego leads Judge Memorial 42-0. We will take a break, come back on the other side with some out-of-town scores. Once again, you're listening to Utah High School football on ESPN The Fan.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A.
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 1039 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com/contact.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
If you've been in an auto accident, the stress can be overwhelming, and you have so many questions. Before you start calling attorneys for answers, call Jay at autoinjuries.com. They're your single point of contact. Jay and his team will evaluate your medical needs, coordinate vehicle repairs and rental vehicle, and if necessary, connect you with a pre-vetted top Utah attorney. Autoinjuries.com will save you time, stress, and get your life back on track. Autoinjuries.com.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A. Yay! Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A. Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 1039 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com/contact.
Hello, I'm here to address something many of us neglect, our mental health. Life gets hectic, and we forget to check our personal well-being, which can lead to dire consequences, including increased suicide risk. If suicide has impacted you, a friend, or a loved one, you're not alone. Please join us in our effort to bring awareness to the risk factors and available resources in our community. Visit espnthefan.com to download a special podcast where we discuss the issues with local experts. This content was made possible with support from Nightingale College, the Harper Clinic, and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
We welcome you back into Juan Diego High School for halftime. Your halftime coverage brought to you by our friends over at Intermountain Bobcat. Make sure you check them out up and down the Wasatch Front. I'm Bryce Larson, taking you through some of these scores at the half. We'll take a look. Pineview currently up 31-14 over Maple Mountain. East, you see there at the bottom of your screen, down 40-0 against Sky Ridge. And coming into this season, Juan Diego fans, you know, East was one of the favorites headed into Region 10 play. So we'll see how they fare the rest of the season. You can also take a look at that score on the right-hand side. 21-7, Corner Canyon and Fremont currently at the half. We'll take a look around the rest of the state of Utah. Westfield currently leads Salem Hills at the half, 15-10. 28-0 is the score between Mountain Crest and Logan. Mountain Crest, the Mustangs up in Cache Valley, able to get up by 4 scores there. Ridgeline currently leads over Brighton 27-8. And then you have Crimson Cliffs currently up 28-7 over Cedar Valley. Richfield leads Desert Peak 26-0. Spanish Fork currently up 10-7 over Skyview. Green Canyon leading the way over Pleasant Grove 10-6 at the moment. And Cypress up on Tooele 28-7. Also have Hillcrest, who is leading Cottonwood 35-0. And then we'll take a look here at score coming to you from Skyline just down the way. 7-6. Skyline leads over Olympus just down the street from where we are at currently. 7-7 is your score between Provo and Springville. Then you'll have Clearfield hosting Jordan. And Jordan is down 16-7 at this moment as they head into the half there. Timpanogos currently up 28-0 on Summit Academy. That one in Bluffdale at Summit Academy. We'll keep you up to date with more scores, more news as we continue here at Juan Diego. Just about 7 minutes or so until we get half number 2 started. And currently 42-0 is your score between these two schools. We'll take another break and we'll be back. A couple more scores coming your way, a couple more updates, and we'll get into the second half coming up here in just a couple of minutes. You're watching high school football right here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A. Yay!
Hello. I'm here to address something many of us neglect: our mental health. Life gets hectic, and we forget to check our personal well-being, which can lead to dire consequences, including increased suicide risk. If suicide has impacted you, a friend, or a loved one, you're not alone. Please join us in our effort to bring awareness to the risk factors and available resources in our community. Visit ESPNthefan.com to download a special podcast where we discuss the issues with local experts. This content was made possible with support from Nightingale College, the Harper Clinic, and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
My name is Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe anywhere we are.
We started this and it's been a dream ever since.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
We're back.
Welcome back to John Colosimo Field at Soaring Eagle Stadium. Jordan Bianucci alongside Zach Robinson, where Juan Diego leads Judge Memorial 42-0 at the half. Zach, what do you want to see from the Bulldogs in the second half to just get something positive going?
Obviously, get some momentum going on that offense. That's a big key is why they're not scoring points. They have no momentum on that offense. You know, we saw a quarterback change in the second quarter with Maverick Middleton. So we'll see if they continue to use Middleton or we'll see Crossway. We'll see.
You know what has impressed you with Juan Diego in that first half?
Juan Diego's been doing great. They've been running the ball great. Incorporating the play action when Judge has adjusted to the run game. I think that's going to be a key thing for Juan Diego to continue to do in the second half is to kind of adjust. And so it's like play action, great. Run, great. Going out of the shotgun, also great. Just getting those plays, those chunk plays done for Juan Diego. And for Judge, got to see a lot more throwing with that offense. They've run the ball so much tonight. Not a lot of passing. I want to see a lot more passing from Judge on third down as well.
Well, look, Judge, we'll see if they can get something going in this second half. We will take a short break, come back with the second half action. Once again, Judge trailing Juan Diego 42-0.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
If you've been in an auto accident, the stress can be overwhelming, and you have so many questions. Before you start calling attorneys for answers, call Jay at autoinjuries.com. They're your single point of contact. Jay and his team will evaluate your medical needs, coordinate vehicle repairs and rental vehicle, and if necessary, connect you with a pre-vetted top Utah attorney. Autoinjuries.com will save you time, stress, and get your life back on track. Autoinjuries.com.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A. Yay! Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A. Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com/contact.
Hello. I'm here to address something many of us neglect, our mental health. Life gets hectic, and we forget to check our personal well-being, which can lead to dire consequences, including increased suicide risk. If suicide has impacted you, a friend, or a loved one, you're not alone. Please join us in our effort to bring awareness to the risk.
Welcome back to Draper, where Juan Diego leads Judge Memorial 42-0 as we get ready for second half action. Jordan Bianucci alongside Zach Robinson. While we wait to kick things off, we'll give you an update. We heard the out-of-town high school football scores. We'll give you an update on the Major League Baseball scoreboard as well as we take an update, or well, we'll give you an update rather, on the pennant races around the American and National Leagues. It looks like, boy, the Mets tonight scored 19 runs. They beat the Marlins 19-9 in Queens. The young right-handed starter for the Mets, he gets the win, just called up from AAA. Meanwhile, the Guardians beat the Mariners 5-4. An important one there as the Mariners try to keep pace with the Astros in the AL West. In interleague play, it was Paul Skeens and the Pirates beating the Red Sox 4-2 at Fenway. A great pitching matchup there between Skeens and then the young left-hander for the Red Sox tonight. Got his Major League debut. That was Toll, 5 1/3, 2 runs in the loss for Boston. Up in Toronto, it was the the Brewers beating the Blue Jays 7-2 in that one in Toronto. Meanwhile, the Phillies edge Atlanta 2-1. Phils over the Braves in Philadelphia. Down in Florida, it was the Rays beating the Nationals 4-1. And the Cardinals beat the Mets in 10 innings 7-5 as those teams try to get back into that wild card chase in the National League. In progress right now, the D-backs and Dodgers are scoreless down at Chavez Ravine. The Rangers lead the Athletics 2-0 in Sacramento. That game is in the top of the third. The Cubs beating up on the Rockies 11-3. That game heading to the bottom of the seventh at Coors Field in Denver. As we get ready to kick things off here at Juan Diego, 80 degrees, 9-mile-per-hour winds here as Judge will kick off to Juan Diego with the Bulldogs trailing 42-0. This one, it's going to be a little pooch kick. Going to land at the 30 and recovered by Judge there at the 31. And that's where this Juan Diego offense will get started in the second half. And we'll see if we see the starters, Zach, here in the third quarter.
Yeah, definitely see the starter. And that was a little bit of a risky play by the special teams on Juan Diego. You know, getting off your feet to get that ball. You could have lost that ball. That's a live ball.
Is that one where you just want to stay away from it?
Yeah, exactly. And just let it go out of bounds or just let it take a roll towards the back of the field.
And maybe one of the reasons that Judge Memorial using the pooch kick is their punter and kickoff man Porter Smith was injured in the first half, so he's not out there right now as the Judge defense comes onto the field. Juan Diego offense back out there. Alstrom.
Sorry for cutting off. Looks like there's 4 down linemen now. They're in 3 linebacker set, so that's a 4-3-3, 2 high safeties. Sorry, 4-3-4. Excuse me.
Alstrom gives it to the back on first down. He'll get a couple. Give him 3 or 4, rather.
Number 28, Drew Graham.
We'll have a running clock in this half with Juan Diego leading by 42 points.
Yeah, it looks like some of the starters are taking a little bit of a rest right now. We see some of the second string guys getting some action out there to Juan Diego.
We do. We have Dowland in at quarterback. That is Kyson Dowland, the junior, getting some reps out there. Take the snap, give it to the running back. He has a lot of room up to the 45 and out near midfield. That is number 11, Hudson Hout. Saw him a bit in the first half at times.
Yeah, great run by Hudson. You're getting your first down yard. That's all you can really ask for is that Juan Diego offense as you lead 42-0 in the second half.
1st and 10, Soaring Eagle at the 46.
So see Keanu Stroud out there at number 10, a receiver.
Dowland under center. I believe he has Oscar Rodriguez in the backfield as well. They'll give it to him, and he has a lot of room. Rodriguez cuts it back and gets taken down just inside the 30-yard line. A big gain.
Three grabs on the carry.
And I apologize, Zach. I take that back. That was not Rodriguez. That was Drew Grams getting his first touch of the night.
That's a great job by him, identifying that B gap, getting right up the middle, getting into that secondary. That's where you're like, oh, field touchdown. Who knows?
It looked like it. Instead, taken down at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for Soaring Eagles. So no problem right now for Juan Diego moving the ball to begin the second half with the second stringers out there. Now a whistle, and I think we're going to have a penalty flag on the play.
Also a great job by Judge's secondary just to stop.
Judge Memorial.
So.
And no, no flag on the play. Judge will take a timeout. Sorry, Zach, finish that thought.
It's a great job by Judge's secondary just to kind of take down Graham. It's a great job.
Well, look, they're the last line of defense. And, I mean, it's a tough question, Zach. I'll ask you, what do you say to the Judge defense? I mean, right now, you take this timeout maybe just to slow things down a little bit. But are you starting to see a little fatigue possibly on that defensive line?
Yeah, a little bit, because, you're bringing down 6 down linemen at first half, to stop that run, and then, you have Alstrom going into the play action, throwing the ball to Braylon Fail and Garang Dang. There's a lot of fatigue, and the corners are probably fatigued as well because those guys are really big.
They are, and that's one thing. Look, Juan Diego's run the ball well tonight. They've thrown the ball really well.
Yeah, I mean, Alstrom's has a couple of mishaps where he's underthrown a ball or overthrown a ball, but he made up for it. That's the thing about playing the quarterback position. There's always a chance for you to make up that misplay.
So Dowland back under center. 9:34 to play in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Juan Diego, ball at the Judge 30. Quick hitter up the middle and taken backwards after maybe a gain of 1.
Hudson House on the carry.
Is Grams, I believe, again on the carry.
Yeah, Judge brings up a little bit of pressure here on the running backs. He's still fatigued, but they're still going to play through this somehow.
Ball to 29, 2nd and 9. Juan Diego looking for their first win of the year. Both these teams coming in 0-2. Now, Juan Diego, they have been they haven't won a state title in, I think, about 11 years, but they have won 8 state championships in their history.
That's great. It's great history right here for Juan Diego.
It is, and as Dallin comes under center. And he's going to take it himself on the outside edge, spins, and he's inside at the 15-yard line. What a run by Dowland.
Yeah, read option, just a great read by him. Getting into that secondary, trying to make a man miss to score a touchdown.
1st down, Juan Diego at the 15-yard line. 8.5 to play in the third quarter. We talked to the head coach, Danny Larson, earlier today, and he was telling us, the foundation of this offense, that occurred when they opened this school, and John Colosimo went down to De La Salle and kind of studied their offense, and that's how Juan Diego really got this identity of running the football so much, and it has been very successful over the years. 25 years ago, this school was founded, as this one's given up the middle. Not much of a gain there.
Yeah, expect Judge to stay in this cover 2 look a little bit for Judge as to kind of confuse Juan Diego. It's like, oh, are they going to bring 2 more linebackers in, or are they going to bring one linebacker in? So, and having those 2 high safeties for Judge. So, expect that for a little bit more for Judge, just to see confuse Juan Diego's offense.
At the 13.
See if they can. 2nd and 8. Or Juan Diego huddling up. Moving down the field here. Ball at the Judge 13. 2 wide receivers to the left. 2 men in the backfield. Dowland takes the snap. Gives it to the back. Edge around the left side. Up inside the 10-yard line.
Across the 10-yard line.
And that was Dominic Rosano on the carry.
Yeah, just a great chunk play by Juan Diego, getting closer to that goal line, making it more easier for Juan Diego to score that on a run. Or you can even see a play action pass here. Simple 5 route.
We have an update on our out-of-town scoreboard. Corner Canyon has taken a 31-7 lead over Fremont, by the way. That game in the third quarter. 3rd and 4 here for Dowland and Juan Diego. They give it to the back, and he is unable to gain any ground, so that'll bring up a 4th down. We'll see if the Juan Diego offense comes off the field and they attempt a field goal here. So far, the offense remains out there.
That's a loss of 1. Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, this is not really a hit or miss for Juan Diego. You know, you're up 42-0, obviously, but it's great experience for these second-string guys who will potentially step into the varsity role next year, the year after. Just kind of a teachable moment for Juan Diego. You know, you don't score here, you give Judge bad ball position.
And they do. They keep the offense on the field. 4th and 5. Dowland takes a snap. He's going to run to his right. He's going to keep it up near the 5, near the first down marker. We'll see if he got it. And he did. They moved the chains. 1st and goal, Juan Diego.
It's a great heads-up play by Dowland here. You can never go wrong with a simple keeper to get that yardage, get closer to that goal line.
That's great analysis from you, Zach, because Juan Diego has placed a giant speaker strategically right in front of your view. I don't know how you saw any of that play.
No, I don't know either. I mean, I got a screen in front of me, I guess I should say. But I can also just kind of take a little step back and just go oh, it's over there.
A giant speaker right in front of Zach Robinson. On top of the box here at Soaring Eagle Stadium.
Zach Robinson 1, giant speaker 0.
Yeah, that's right. 1st and goal, ball at the 4. Dowland gives it. He is near the goal line, but stops shy at the 1.
You know, if I'm Judge's defense a little bit here, you gotta be happy the way they're kind of stopping this run a little bit and trying to prevent them scoring. It's great. It's a great play by the defense. Obviously, Juan Diego getting hot at the start with their secondary guys. So, but you gotta be happy about what Judge is doing to stop the run and stop the pass. You know, they come out on the 4th down situation. They got on the 4th down. Obviously, a great heads-up run by Dowland to get that 1st down. But still, like Judge is playing great defense tonight. Regardless of the score, they're playing some pretty good defense tonight.
They've been put in some tough spots. And look, down 42-0, they are still out there giving a lot of effort. They have not quit. Now, little quarterback keeper stepping in is Dowland. Touchdown, Juan Diego. So with 4:19 to play in the 3rd quarter, Juan Diego takes it in. They lead 48-0, PAT pending.
Just a great awareness by Dowland. You know, it's an option to play. You read the right guy, you're going to get untouchable. It just kind of reminds me of that play when Peyton Manning and the Dallas Cowboys might psyched out the cameraman too. Not saying our cameraman getting psyched out. Our cameraman's doing a great job.
Right on it, our cameraman tonight, Martin Kelly. Here is Nolan Jones with the PAT. Good snap, the hold is down, kick is through, and it is 49-0. Soaring Eagle. And look, now we get a chance to see that Judge offense, see what the freshman quarterback can do here. But before we do, we'll remind you that Utah High School football is brought to you by Dang Brothers Pizza. It was started in Utah in January of 2023. They have a wood-fired oven in the back of a vintage truck. They make a Neapolitan-style pizza that cooks in 90 seconds. They specialize in catering and large events and can accommodate catering for parties up to 250 people. So book Dang Brother Pizza today. Jones will send it deep from the 40. Just the start of a lot of football this weekend. Tomorrow night, obviously, Utah will visit UCLA. BYU will host Portland State. Utah State in action up in Logan, taking on UTEP. As Jones sends this one into the end zone for a touchback. I'd give you an update on all the scores, but our producer Bryce Larson is recording the games at home, and we are not about to spoil That'll ruin Bryce's night. That'll ruin the weekend, maybe.
I think Bryce would fire us.
I
if
think
that would be the
the
case.
broadcast would just end.
As he nods yes to us right now.
So Judge will start at their own 20. Clock rolling. 49-0. Juan Diego here in the third quarter. 3:43 to play.
It's like Elijah Flores is back out there.
So Flores, who started the game at quarterback, will get another shot here. Played 2 series, came out of the game. Shotgun snap to him, and he can't handle the snap. It's on the turf. He picks it up, and now he's going to get taken down for a big 15-yard loss. He falls at the 5.
Yeah, that's not a great look for Elijah Flores. You know, you're mishandling the snap. You drop the ball, and now you're in a bad position of if I'm on that offense.
And Flores, he's had some problems with that tonight, just handling that shotgun snap. It's not quite, I don't know if not on the same page with the center, but now Judge backed up 2nd and 25 at their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, and like you said, Jordan, too, like there's been so many mishandles with the ball with handoffs as well.
2 wide receivers split to each side here. A shotgun snap again to Flores. He is going to fake the pass and get sacked near the goal line. They're going to mark him down at the 2. So no safety, but again, Flores taking a shot.
Yeah, Judge has lost a lot of momentum here already, just with the mishandled snap, and it's gonna kill the drive.
So they give him the 3-yard line with the forward momentum. 3rd and 27 for the Bulldogs. Flores still in the shotgun in his own end zone. 4-down lineman for Juan Diego. He just gives it to his back, who gains a couple back, and it'll be a 4th and about 26. And here comes the punt team for Judge Memorial.
That's just a heads-up play by Coach Kafusi, getting out of the end zone. So your punter's not in the back of the end zone, just trying to get it out of there.
And it's not even your regular punter. And so now the snap becomes huge. We have a new backup punter in there.
For the Bulldogs.
It is. Look, it is Porter Smith. So they send Porter Smith, who looked like he was injured in the first half. He's back out there, and Judge still missing a player. Had only 10 men on the field, so with 3 on the clock, they run somebody in. They're going to have to get set real quick. They snap it, and the punter gets it away somehow, some way. It is.
Oh, you might touch that.
Muffed at the 35. Did Judge fall on it? They did. It's Bulldog football.
That's a great heads-up play by the special teams. You know, muff punt, get on that ball. That's a great play.
A late flag comes in. See what the call is there. But as you said, Zach, yeah, just a muffed punt, and finally the Bulldogs catch a break.
Special teams have been playing great tonight, Jordan. Even though the kicker has been kind of booted out of the end zone. Special teams are making plays tonight.
Yeah, that's been the bright spot. Personal foul on Juan Diego, so you can tack on another 15 yards there.
Yeah, that might have been a hit to the head as well. That would have been an indicator as well.
Ow. So Judge is going to get the ball inside Juan Diego territory. Well, we'll see if they send Flores back out there or they go back to the freshman Maverick Middleton.
Yeah, we'll see these second-string guys for the defense as well.
First and 10, Judge Memorial at the Juan Diego 47.
All at Juan Diego's 47-yard line. As we have a timeout on the field. Minute to play in quarter number 3 here in Draper. But look, the Bulldogs catch a break here, and maybe they can turn it into something.
Yeah, for sure. Get some momentum back and not a penalty kill or drive or anything like that. You know, you want to get points on that board, Jordan.
It gives us a chance to take a quick legal ID here on the Utah ESPN Radio Network. That's what.
Again, Judge Memorial.
Back here, Bulldogs take a shotgun snap, give it to the back, but it's blown dead as another flag is thrown. And we're going to have an offsides, it looks like, on Soaring Eagle. So give Judge another 5 there. And look, this may be Judge's best chance to score tonight. Inside Juan Diego territory.
Yeah, Jordan, this is the second time they've been in Juan Diego territory tonight. So that you want to definitely capitalize on this advantage and get some points on that board.
5-yard penalty for Austin.
They have not scored yet this season. So the Bulldogs trying to punch it in. They're at the 41-yard line.
At the JV 41.
And out there is Flores. 3 wide receivers to the right. Ball on the left hash. Flores takes the shotgun snap. Back to pass. We'll throw it out to the left. Caught. That is the wide receiver. And he has some room up the sideline and knocked out of bounds after getting the first down. That was Kiari Lark on the reception.
Yeah, great heads-up play by Lark. You know, a little ball thrown a little bit behind him, but able to get back out there. You know, now you're following your blocks. Get up some good chunk yard play.
A nice call by the offensive coordinator, Zane Smith, getting it out to Lark in some space. And you can see once he puts the jets on, he can fly.
Oh, yeah.
The 31-yard line.
7 seconds to play in the quarter. We'll see if the Bulldogs get the snap off. 3 seconds. They do. Flores will throw a slant, and it is incomplete as Abraham Foreman took a shot, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Juan Diego leads Judge Memorial 49-0 on ESPN The Fan.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
Where Juan Diego leads Judge Memorial 49-0, but the Bulldogs threatening to score here in Judge territory. And what have you seen on this drive? I know it's just been a little bit, Zach, but have you seen anything you've liked from Judge on this drive?
Yeah, they're throwing the ball a lot more, getting the wide receivers involved. You know, you got some great wide receivers out there. You know, getting your receivers involved instead of just having it go through Ben Beaudry or the other guy. I'm blanking on his name right now. But yeah, that's just something that you want to see more involved is your receivers.
Yeah, Kiari Lark, the other who had the big gain there. So Judge back on the field, the offense, I should say, at the 31-yard line of Juan Diego.
So I was thinking about Michael Gibbons. That was the guy I was thinking about.
So yeah, and I was thinking of Lark. He had that big gainer there at the end of the quarter as well. So here we go, fourth quarter. Flores takes the snap, give it to Beaudry up the middle. He has some yards, bounces off one tackler and falls inside the 25.
Yeah, great blocking by Judge Memorial's offensive lineman. You know, Juan Diego did fill those gaps real quick, so I gave Beaudry a chance to kind of read that defense and get out to the outside.
I think this is the deepest that Judge has been inside Juan Diego territory tonight. Ball at the 23-yard line.
Really need to convert here too, Jordan. 3rd and 2, you really need to convert here.
We'll see what they do. Flores with Beaudry in the backfield. Now whistles, and we're going to have a false start on the Bulldogs.
It's another penalty killer right here, Jordan. This is what Judge has been doing with all night.
I was just going to say, it's been like clockwork. You've had a manageable 3rd down and just unforced errors. That just kills you from a 3rd and 2 to a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, you made it from 3rd and manageable to now 3rd and long, basically. This means, like, what is your play call going to be? Are you going to run it? Are you going to try to go for it on 4th down? Are you going to throw it, try to get that 1st down? Or throw it to get a 4th and manageable where you can go for it? Because they're in deep enough of Juan Diego territory where they can go for this.
Oh, well, I was going to say, at this point in the game, you got to think they'd go for it on 4th down. So you have 2 downs here to get 7. You would think. We'll see. Flores in the gun. 2 wide receivers to each side. 2 on the play clock, takes the snap, looking to throw. He wants all of it, goes deep, and there's nobody there.
And that's called complete.
So 4th and 7 now, and we'll see what they do.
Yeah, that's just miscommunication from the quarterback to the receiver.
7 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
Maybe the play call was called a little bit wrong for the receiver. That way they misinterpret it. It gets pretty loud here, Jordan. We've kind of witnessed that a little bit as well with the fans here.
Yeah, nice crowd tonight.
Yeah. But yeah, like this can completely impact how the rest of this drive is going to go. I mean, you're 4 down territory, obviously. Now 4th and 5, you're at like a pretty good, decent, manageable type of down here.
4th and 7, they bring on the field goal kicker though.
For 34, Porter Smith.
So Porter Smith to try the 45-yarder from the left hash.
And 44 yards.
And the Bulldogs are going to be forced to take another timeout. They just couldn't get the special teams out there in time to get set up for the field goal attempt.
Yeah, as a former player as myself, like, you got to hustle out there. Whether you got your number called, your name called, whatever, you got to hustle out there and just realize what is going on and being aware.
I was going to say, so as a special teams player, you're looking at, okay, it's 3rd and 7. We may be called upon right here.
Yeah. It's just being aware of, like, oh, yeah, they're punting, so we're about to go onto the field. Or we're about to get the punt, so offense has got to get ready to go. You know, meeting with your coach before you kind of relax the play.
As you take a look at the preseason coaches poll on the streaming side, Region 10, where Juan Diego is, they were picked 5th in the region. East, of course, picked to win it. They're getting beat pretty bad tonight. East, we'll take a look at that score in just a minute. Skyline picked 2nd, Murray 3rd, Highland 4th, and then Jordan 6th, and Highland, who's coming in 7th there at the end? Cottonwood there. 6 for 7 on the logos. I'm going to give myself that one. So here we go. Porter Smith to attempt the 45-yarder, left-footed kicker. Judge trying to get points for the first time this season. Snap is good. The kick is up, but it is no good. Wide right and a little short. So Juan Diego will take over at the 28-yard line.
I wonder why we didn't see Taj Cole out there. That's usually their place kicker, isn't it?
Well, you know, it's a good question. I don't know, because we haven't seen stat-wise, preparing for this game, how many attempts they've even made this year.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder why the thought process, they went for it on 3rd and 7, tried to get that first down instead of going 2-down territory there.
Yeah.
And end up coming up empty. So, and I say they take over at the 28, back to the 20. In high school football, after a missed field goal, you take over at your own 20. So 49-0, Juan Diego leading here, 9:53 to play in the ball game. As I mentioned, Skyridge taking care of East tonight, 54-0 there. East trailing in that one. Meanwhile, 31-14, Corner Canyon leading Fremont. As that Juan Diego offense comes back onto the field. And I believe we have another new quarterback. I think that might be Adam Whitaker out there. We'll double check on that. Under center, takes the snap, and a quick give, and taken down in the backfield is Dominic Rosano.
Yeah, defense getting some momentum now here, Jordan. They're going to want to get that ball back to the offense.
A Bulldog defense, they may want to just score themselves. They have been out there for a long time tonight.
Correction, Adam Whitaker on that carry.
$15 on the play clock as Adam Whitaker comes in at quarterback.
Whitaker now in at quarterback for the Soaring Eagle.
Now they get to the line. 3 on the play clock, 2 on the play clock, and the officials now reset it to 25. Another quick give, and taken down after just getting back to the line of scrimmage was the ball carrier.
That defense is getting hyped up, Jordan. They are wanting that ball back, to get that ball back to the offense. Potentially make a great special teams play as well when they punt this ball, if they do punt this ball.
Indeed. That was Elias Artalejo, by the way, the freshman on the carry. So a 3rd and 10, still from the 20 for Juan Diego. 8:14 to play in the ball game. As Skyridge, an update on that score, they've scored 68 points tonight. 68-0, they lead East. So it could be worse if you're a Judge Memorial fan right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And, you know, Corner Canyon 38-21. That's a pretty close game with Fremont there.
Fourth quarter with that one. Now back to pass. Whitaker rolling to his right. Looking downfield, looking, heaves one up into double coverage, underthrown and incomplete.
Deep and incomplete.
It was intended for Jaden Carmichael, the freshman.
Looks like there's a flag, Jordan, as well.
We do back at the line of scrimmage. What we get, if it's a hold or what we have here. Instead of an ineligible man downfield, that'll be declined, and Juan Diego will have to punt it away.
Exactly what you want if I'm Judge. You get your special teams in and out there who's been having a spectacular night. Try to get that ball back to the offense and get some points on that board.
Ben Beaudry and Kerry Lark back to receive, standing at their own 44. Nolan Jones to punt it away for Juan Diego. 7 minutes and 33 seconds to play in the game. Jones now punts it straight in the air, nearly got it blocked. He may have got a hand on it. That one lands at the 35 and takes a Judge bounce. It is recovered at the 25, but a Judge player jumped on it, which then prompted every soaring eagle in the area to jump on the pile, and the Bulldogs nearly gave that one back for Juan Diego.
Yeah, I mean, that when he jumped at that ball, that play should be whistled down. Play is dead.
That punt was a 5-yard punt. If you're Judge Memorial, you just stay away from it.
Yeah, I agree. Just let Juan Diego touch the ball, set the ball where it's supposed to be.
Unless they thought maybe it was blocked. I don't know. That was...
Yeah, that could also be the chance as well. It could be a live ball as well. And, you know, Coach Kafusi could be yelling, get on the ball, get on the ball. So there's always that chance as well.
So ball at the 25 of Juan Diego as the Bulldog offense will start here. Now they got to get on the field. They reset the play clock now to 25.
So 25-yard line.
You see Elijah Flores again coming out for the Judge.
We'll start in the shotgun here. 3 wide receivers to the right. Takes the snap, give it to Beaudry. Up the middle, has some room to the 20, bounces it out outside. 15 breaks a tackle and taken down at the 14-yard line. First down, Judge.
It's a great heads-up play by Ben Beaudry. You know, cutting it to the outside, knowing that those gaps did get filled up by Juan Diego. Cutting it outside, you get yourself a first and goal.
So, first down at the 15, and Judge Memorial in a prime position here. See if they can finish this drive off.
Sorry, I thought it was at the 10-yard line. It's at the 15-yard line, so first and 10. You're correct.
Yeah, get a first down here, but right there, right on the cusp of a first and goal. Flores takes the shotgun snap, gives it to Beaudry again, and he'll take it this time inside the 10. So this is the best chance for Judge all night long. Trying to punch it in here. Under 6 minutes to play, trailing 49-0.
Yeah, if you're a Judge fan watching our stream, listening to us, you're going to be jumping with joy right now that your offense is producing here.
Look, they haven't scored this season. They just want to get some points.
Judge's offense has a lot of momentum right here. So.
2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
2nd and 5. They give it to Beaudry again. Bounce it out to the right side. Inside the 5-yard line where he's taken down. And it'll be a first and goal for the Bulldogs.
That's great management by the offense as well, Jordan. You know, you get those chunk plays where you can get a second and manageable, third and manageable, you know, throw the ball, pass the ball until you get to that first and goal.
Right now, you got a first down and goal at the 3-yard line, and they just got to take care of the football here. No penalties. Flores will take the shotgun snap. Beaudry on his left hip. They give it to Beaudry. Inside the 5, working his way near the goal line. He's taken down around the 2. We'll see where they mark him down.
Yeah, Beaudry's itching to get in that end zone, Jordan. He wants to get in that end zone.
And Zach, I don't think they're going to give it to anybody else.
Ball is marked at the 2.
Ball at the 2. 2nd and goal.
For Judge Memorial.
Juan Diego, they want the shutout. Flores in the shotgun. Beaudry to his right. Takes the snap. Gives it to him again. Beaudry to the left. Touchdown! Bulldogs!
Judge finally getting on that board.
Bulldogs get on the board for the
They got to be hyped.
That has to feel good over there on that Bulldog sideline.
Yards on the touchdown carry for number 5, senior running back Ben Beaudry.
The monkey is off their back. They have scored this year.
Porter
Smith in to attempt the extra point. Now a lot of confusion with this special teams unit. One man coming off, one man coming in. The Bulldogs are going to have to be forced to take a timeout on the point extra. But again, the first touchdown of the season for Judge. And Zach, that if nothing else tonight, you get that out of the way if you're Judge.
Yeah, I mean, you're heading into region play next week as well. You know, you can say like, oh yeah, we did score this year already. Now let's go put up more points on the board next week and the week after and the week after, and going into playoffs hopefully. Depending how Judge kind of performs the rest of the year, you definitely want to see Judge get more momentum on offense, which I think they are gaining here right now. Doesn't matter if you're playing against your first stringers, your second stringers, or Juan Diego. You are getting repetition at the game. You're getting momentum on the offense. That's what's going to help you score more points in the next coming weeks.
And look, it was all Ben Beaudry in that offensive line there. He took it on every single play, and ultimately he came away with the score.
Yeah, and I think Judge also passed him a lot more as well. This second half has been a little bit helpful because you're filling in some of those chunk plays.
So here is the point after. Smith puts it up, and did he stop? No good. Wide right, couldn't sneak it through. So 49-6 our score with 4 minutes to play here.
Oh, 49.
Gives us a chance to pause and remind you that Utah High School football always brought to you by Utah Trucking Association. Don't labor while out traveling this weekend. Look in your mirrors, look around you, and most importantly, look out for trucks as you're out on the highways and byways of Utah. The Utah Trucking Association wants all of us to get home safely. Remember, trucks aren't cars. They don't drive the same. They weigh more. They're taller and have larger blind spots. Trucks take longer to stop. They don't maneuver as quickly. 1 of every 4 vehicles on Utah's highways, Zach, did you know this? They're trucks. So look out. This friendly reminder brought to you by the Utah Trucking Association. As you see on your screen, there's your factoid of the night. Juan Diego just has an enrollment of 600 to 700 students. So you look down at the sideline, this is not a huge roster. It's the same with Judge Memorial. These are not schools that have 1,500 people.
Yeah, these are a little bit of smaller schools, but this is what makes football entertaining. The smaller schools taking on the bigger schools, or the smaller versus smaller schools. You know, it's great. It's still great football either way, and you know, both schools have a great staff. They have great players. You know, it's just about the fundamentals of how the game operates for these schools.
That's a lot of fun. This is a great place to watch a game here at Soaring Eagle Stadium. Now a little pooch kit, and Judge will field it at Judge Juan Diego will field it at the 39, where they're taken down, and their drive will start. And now we got some pushing and shoving, some flags over on the far sideline. Some tempers flaring late in this one.
Yeah, Judge's special teams has had a great night tonight, Jordan. And I think Juan Diego got kind of a little heated there because they're having such a great night.
Yeah, they're going to separate these guys, and the officials are going to talk about this one for a while. Get this sorted out. But a little pooch kick. They came together, and some people weren't happy. We'll see who they send out there for the offense for Juan Diego. We have seen 2 quarterbacks here in the second half, as we will get our call from the official. We have personal fouls on both teams. They will be offsetting.
We have offsetting penalties. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the Bulldogs. And personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the Soaring Eagle.
So Juan Diego, they're going to bring the entire team out there. near the numbers as we have a timeout on the field. Well, Zach B thinking, I mean, a lot of options tonight for our player of the game as we tick under 4 minutes to play in this one. But look, Juan Diego, Jacoby Alstrom has played well. Braylon Fail. It's hard to go wrong with him. 2 touchdowns tonight for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's on an interception as well tonight. Braylon Fail's up there. Jacoby Alstrom is also up there. And, you know, if I had to choose one position group tonight, Jordan, Judge's special teams. Had a spectacular night, you know. And the special teams coordinator for Juan Diego, I got a little scared because of those couple of returns, and that's where they're like, oh, yeah, booted out of the end zone. So I got to give credit to Judge's defense and special teams tonight.
Absolutely. By the way, Utah High School football brought to you by AFP Utah. One volunteer can do a lot, but when you join thousands of volunteers together, the results can be life-changing. If you're interested in learning about grassroots volunteer efforts, go to prosperityelevated.com. Also, look out for trucks out there. Gotta be careful. Here is Juan Diego, 1st and 10 from their own 40. It's going to be a little quarterback keeper around the right side. Sliding down at the 46 is the new quarterback, Tanner Schmidt.
Quarterback.
5'10", 145. He is a sophomore, one of the many sophomores on this Juan Diego roster.
With a pickup of 6 yards
So
on the
2nd and 4 as we tick down to 3:15 to play in the game. Juan Diego with a 43-point lead.
There's been some great calling from the offense coordinator, DJ Larson. Great play calling tonight.
The son of the head coach, Danny Larson, in his 2nd season at Juan Diego. There's the snap, and now a miscommunication on the give and being taken down hard as he ran into that line.
Lions on Alejo on the carry.
Was Areo. So it's 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line. A 1-yard loss on the play. Well, it'll be an interesting year for Juan Diego. Their first year in 4A, picked 5th in their Region 10. So they get to play a lot of the schools that surround them here in Salt Lake County for the first time in region play. Schmidt takes the snap, gives it to his back around the left side. He's going to have a first down and a little bit more. That is Rosano with the first down carry as we tick under 2 minutes. Going to spot that inside Bulldogs territory.
Yeah, again, great play calling by offense coordinator DJ Larson, getting that outside zone called in to get that first down chunk.
1st and 10, Juan Diego, as they will run the ball and try to run this clock out. All at the 47 of Judge Memorial. Schmidt under center. A quick hitter up the middle. Good for a few.
I think Juan Diego trying to chew this clock out and go home.
Well, we're to the point in the game, Zach, where they gave it to someone who's not on the roster. On our roster. On our roster.
I feel like it's been a recurring issue the last 2 weeks. We see guys that are not on our rosters.
It's a problem.
It's a little bit.
It's been, you know, tonight's been the best week. That's the first time it's happened tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
1 minute.
1 minute to play in the ball game. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 43. Schmidt takes the snap, and he will kneel on it. And just one more of those should do it for Juan Diego. They are going to come away with a big rivalry win. They take care of Judge tonight. And an impressive showing. Look, you play your starters for the most part in the first half if you're Judge. They line up to kneel down one more time.
Yeah, definitely. Juan Diego getting some of that momentum as well heading into region play next week. It's going to be a great season for Juan Diego this year.
They kneel on it again, and that'll do it for this one. We will take a quick break, come back with a quick post-game show. But once again, the final, Juan Diego beats Judge Memorial 49-6. We'll be back after this on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the yay.
Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let one
To John Colosimo Field at Soaringville Stadium, where Juan Diego beats Judge Memorial 49-6. Here among the beating drums of the mighty Juan Diego marching band. Zach, really impressive from Juan Diego tonight. Who's your player of the game?
Yeah, I gotta give it to brother Feo. 1 pick, 2 touchdowns. Had a great night on receiver night. Interception. You can't ask for a better night as a two-way player, as a corner and a receiver. You had some great routes tonight. But if I had to give it to like a position group, special teams, defensive judge, they put their hearts out tonight. Being down 42-0 at the half, that's definitely a big thing to kind of know, is that defense and special teams never gave up.
Well, look, in Juan Diego, they pick up their first win of the year. They improve to 1-2. Judge falls to 0-3, but they get some points, and that is their first points of the year. They get the touchdown there late in the fourth quarter. Well, that's going to do it for us from Draper, Utah. Our on-site engineer was Bryce Larson. Martin Kelly manning the camera. And we appreciate Ronald Weaver III, our producer, back in our downtown Salt Lake City studios. For Zach Robinson, I'm Jordan Bianucci saying so long from Draper, where Juan Diego beats Judge Memorial 49-6.